All right, so you guys had shot a bunch of these in advance, and then Triple H ends up tearing his quad at New Year's Revolution on January 7th. Does this curtail the whole angle now that Hunter's hurt?
Yeah, well, look, I think this, was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was kinda like, "Okay, how long are we gonna keep doing this?" And then that happened, so it was almost like, "Oh, okay." And I still think there's no way out of that that's positive. You know what I mean? There's no way to go like, "Okay, we declared victory." Like, I could say that, I just did back in a promo, but there's nothing now. There's nothing. So here we are, 2 old jackasses with
Well,
nobody to dance with.
we're getting close to the completion of this whole story, so let's take one more second to regroup. We'll pull some final fan questions, and we're going to come back after a moment with our sponsors. Dog, before the break, we heard you guys declare victory. And on Impact, the victory was declared over Vince DX, and you cut an anti WWE promo before Christy Hemme interrupted you and took things in a different direction. But here's the whole thing that makes this whole VKM story really interesting. All the shots, all the controversy, all the insults, all the things. But then you and Billy end up going back to WWE. Let's go back to our phrase
Never
from a
say
couple
never.
weeks ago. Fuck the what,
Fut the
man?
wuck, fut the wuck indeed. Never say never in the wrestling industry or the, entertainment industry. But yeah, so there we were, and there was a strange conversation between Hunter and I that took place. Vince never said a word, and Sean never said a word, but Hunter and I had a conversation in Baltimore. I remember it because I was very uncomfortable during it. But I told him, like I just told you guys, hey man, I was in active addiction and I needed to pay the bills. And so I would have said that stuff about my mama if they'd have told me to. You know what I mean? I didn't mean none of it. I'm not going to fight you now. So, it was weird, but it kind of needed to take place. I'm glad he brought it up, but he was the only one that ever brought anything like that up. Yeah, we did all that and then went back. And
So
because he's a smart businessman, like people can think what they want to, but he's a smart businessman. You still can make me money or you could help my company make more money. Yeah, I'll take you back. You know what I mean? That's smart.
so knowing you had that cleansing, so to speak, by speaking to H, did you feel a little weird that you didn't get to have that same kind of conversation with Vince or Sean?
I don't think so. I mean, because truth be told, Vince, I guarantee you, Vince never saw a bit of it. Like I know that. You know what I mean? I didn't ask him that. I wasn't about to because he didn't bring it up, so I wasn't going to either. But I guarantee you, he never saw one piece of that. You know what I mean? And that's rightfully so. Why would he bother himself with that? You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm not negating world peace or anything. You know what I mean? It was just, oh, they were just talking trash. They were cutting a wrestling promo, whether they meant it or not. It's a wrestling promo, and it's here one minute, gone the next. It means nothing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, let's see what you got to say to the fan questions because they've been
Cool.
curious about a few things. And we're going to start right now with adfreeshows.com's top guy, Zol Lopez, who wants to know, was there any idea how much blowback you'd get from Connecticut with VKM, or was it more of a shoot from the hip kind of thing and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, it was definitely the latter. We shot from the hip and just let the cookies crumble, you know? And look, Russo was always about doing that. Me and Jeff went with Vince Russo to OJ Simpson's house in Brentwood right after all that happened. And we ran from out of our car and ran down there and took pictures in front of his house and then ran back. Because they wouldn't let you drive your car in that neighborhood at that time. So we've always kind of runned and gunned and, it was a strong suit of Russo's creatively, and I loved it doing that way too. So yeah, we just did what we did and asked for forgiveness later.